Hey everyone! Today we're going to jump into something that's, super fundamental to our digital world. But honestly, it gets mixed up all the time. What is the real difference between data and information?
I mean, how does a totally random fact turn into a powerful insight? What's that secret sauce that transforms a meaningless jumble of letters and numbers into something that can, actually drive innovation or help you make a big decision? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unravel right now.
Okay, so to figure this out, we've got to start at square one. Let's talk about the absolute basic building block of, everything digital. Let's talk about raw data. All right, the best way to think about data is to see it as just raw material. Seriously, it's like a pile of bricks or a bag of flour. It's just a collection of facts and figures and symbols that, all by themselves, don't really tell you a thing. They're just there. No context, no meaning. I mean, look at this, G15, KPL, GUD. Does that mean anything to you? Probably not, right? Because it's just pure data. They're just isolated little facts floating around with no story to connect them. So that's the main takeaway here. Data is just the starting point. It's raw, it's unstructured, it has zero context. You never use this to make a big decision, right? It's basically the digital version of an unassembled IKEA bookshelf. All the pieces are there, but good luck building anything with it just yet. Okay, so if data is just the raw material, how do we actually build something useful? Well, this is where the magic happens. This is the transformation. Remember that random bit of data, good? By itself, yeah, it's just 3 letters, but once we process it, and in this case, it's a super simple spell check, we're adding structure and context. And boom, good becomes good. Now it has meaning. And that tiny little step, that's the key to this whole thing. And that processed data, it gets a new name. We call it information. So if data is the raw flour, information is the freshly baked bread. It's been organized, it's been structured, it's been given some context, and now it's not just meaningful, it's actually useful. All right, so we get the core difference, right? Data in, information out. Now let's just take a quick peek at the different flavors of data out there, because not all this raw material looks the same. So first up, we've got the big two, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is easy. It's all about numbers. Anything you can measure. Think weight, height, temperature. Qualitative, on the other hand, is descriptive. It's about qualities, like colors, opinions, or even textures. So one is about how many, and the other is about what kind. Simple as that. Okay, another huge distinction is how organized the data is. You've got structured data, which is all neat and tidy. It lives in perfectly organized databases and spreadsheets. Think of a perfectly labeled filing cabinet where you can find anything in a second. Then there's unstructured data, and that's, pretty much everything else. The text in your emails, your photos, all those social media posts. It's like a giant, messy pile of papers on a desk. There's a ton of valuable stuff in there, but it's way harder to sift through and analyze. And then, of course, you hear this term all the time, big data. And really, it's just what it sounds like. It's data on a scale that is just massive. It's so big, so fast, and so varied that your regular old computer just can't handle it. People often talk about it with the 5 V's. That's volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value. Then you've got streaming data. And I love this analogy. Think of it like a river that never stops flowing. This is data that's being generated continuously, in real time. We're talking about social media feeds, stock market tickers, sensor data, and the trick is you have to process it the moment it comes in or it loses its value. And last but not least, there's spatial data. And trust me, you use this stuff every single day. It's literally any data that's tied to a specific location on the planet. The GPS on your phone, that's spatial data. The tech behind Google Maps, all spatial data. So, okay, we've got all these different kinds of data, and we know we need to process them. But why bother? What is it about that final product, the information, that makes it so powerful? Well, the real power of information comes from a few key things. See, it's not just about being processed. It's about being well processed. For information to actually be useful, it's got to be accurate, it's got to be relevant, you have to be able to verify it, and it needs that all-important context. When you have all that, that's when it becomes a tool you can use to make really smart decisions. And this quote really just nails the ultimate goal, doesn't it? The journey doesn't actually stop at information, because good information, that builds a good knowledge base. And knowledge is what really lets us understand the world around us and make better choices, whether that's in our own lives or in our work.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is happening in the real world, right now. Just look at the impact. From business to healthcare, research to farming, and of course, technology. Turning that raw data into actual, actionable information is what's driving huge innovation across every single one of these fields. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's put these two head-to-head one last time to make sure this is all crystal clear. Okay, this chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got data, raw, meaningless, and totally unorganized. On the other side, you've got information, processed, meaningful, and organized. But here's the most important part, their relationship. You absolutely cannot have information without data, but data without any processing, it's just noise. Think of it this way. One is the raw question, the other is the beginning of the answer. Look, we are all swimming in an absolute ocean of data every single day. So the real challenge, and honestly the real opportunity, is figuring out how to turn it into something that actually matters. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Now that you know the difference, what kind of meaningful information are you going to create from all the data that's swirling around you? Thanks for tuning in.